Economic recovery is at a standstill, investment and consumption have slumped, and the EU's economic woes are now worse than a few months ago. That was the gloomy assessment of the President of the European Commission as MEPs debated economic governance with him and the Presidents of the Council and Eurogroup.
When things go badly wrong, the impact is felt by every European taxpayer and by far too many European workers, whose prosperity and livelihoods are put at risk, not only by their government sometimes, but by someone else's government.
Most MEPs share his view that a 2- or 3-speed Europe won't help recovery. Despite heckling from some Eurosceptics, most agree that the whole EU, not just the Eurozone, must act together and not be held back by individual countries.
It's very hard to do the things that need to be done when there's a lot of intergovernmentalism. That we need to put somebody more in charge, European Union-wise. Certainly from a small member state, we do better when that happens.
It's now feared that the euro never had enough effective governance. The cost of borrowing has soared for troubled governments. Some fear speculators are now pulling the strings. But with 23 million unemployed, Europe cannot afford simple austerity.
They think that just by cutting, they will solve the problem. But in fact, it just makes the hole deeper. The old saying, when you're in a hole, stop digging. Well, they're continuing to dig, I'm afraid. And the only way we'll get out of this is by creating room for growth and employment.
One thing on which most agree is that Europe cannot wait. It needs action now. As to exactly what action, well, that leaves room for debate.
Ratings agencies are in Europe's crosshairs. The European Commission aims to reduce their impact on volatile markets at a time of economic crisis and make them accountable for costly mistakes. But some are calling for more agencies to help dilute their power.
We should really make sure that we have more than 3, because their position is not only the position of an oligopoly, but it's almost a monopoly. You know, they really are dominating the market.
Washing machine and dishwasher detergents are getting a clean-up. European nations have agreed new measures to cut down on pollution produced by them. The deal, expected to be endorsed next month, includes restrictions on phosphates in detergents, which lead to the harmful overgrowth of algae in lakes and streams. French film Les Neiges de Kilimanjaro has won the European Parliament's Lux Prize this year. The movie beat out stiff competition from Greece and Sweden. It tells the story of a couple whose peaceful life is shattered when they're robbed of money they plan to use to visit Mount Kilimanjaro. The annual prize goes to films reflecting European cultural diversity and their ability to stimulate thought and debate about Europe.